duck and cover.
Be sure and remember what Bert the Turtle just did, friends, because every one of us must remember to do the same thing. That's what this film is all about.
The schools decided that they would set up air raid drills for the children. So they had a siren, and every time the siren went off, the teacher would say, "Okay, children, quickly, quickly," and we'd all have to jump under the desk and put our hands over our heads, and I really don't know what good that was supposed to have done, but we would stay there just, scared to death until the second siren would go off, then we'd get back up, get back into our desk, and resume normal class activities.
No matter where they go or what they do, they always try to remember what to do if the atom bomb explodes right then. It's a bomb. Duck and cover. Betty is asking her teacher, how can we tell when the atomic bomb may explode? And her teacher is explaining that there are two kinds of attack, with warning and without any warning.
For the first time in history, the U.S. Armed Forces were placed on DEFCON 2, the highest state of alert short of war. U.S. planes flew round the clock, armed with nuclear bombs, as Soviet ships still headed for Cuba.
There were over 1,600 aircraft that were prepared to launch within minutes and hours after giving the order to make an attack against the Soviet Union. In addition, we had about 140 Titans and Atlas missiles that were on alert, prepared to go. So what you have is thousands of nuclear weapons being in a position to be launched against the Soviet Union on very short notice.
In the Soviet Union, Khrushchev placed Soviet forces on full alert. The world was poised for the first nuclear exchange between superpowers.
И даже главнокомандующий объединенными войсками тоже отдал распоряжение. Все союзники наши тоже были в повышенной готовности. Вот это говорит само за себя, что все было натянуто. И малейшая искра, неправильные действия той или другой стороны могло привести к ядерной катастрофе.
It was very scary to get almost hourly reports of their position closing in on ours, and everybody knew that we were either going to board them or we were going to start shooting, and that meant war was very imminent.
As the world held its breath, the first move came from Moscow.
Мой отец понял, что американцы уже не могут принять эти ракеты на Кубе. Это уже выходит из-под контроля и американского правительства. Они находятся под давлением общественного мнения. И кто-то должен был совершить первый шаг. Он решил совершить первый шаг.
The Soviet move at sea was immediately reported by American radio.
A Defense Department spokesman in Washington has reported that at least a dozen Soviet vessels bound for Cuba have turned back.
At that point, I remarked that we were eyeball to eyeball and the other side just blinked, which was an expression borrowed from a children's game that we used to play in Georgia, where two children would stand 3 feet apart and stare into each other's eyes, and the first one that blinked lost the game.
Reports from KGB agents reached the Kremlin that events in Washington could get out of control. Kennedy could be facing a possible military coup from his generals, impatient to launch their attack on Cuba.
Конечно, испугался, потому что он, конечно, видел, что дело очень пододвигается из-за очень мощного противодействия Кеннеди и из-за того, что он услышал в январе от меня.
Khrushchev sent a personal appeal to Kennedy. The dangers of war were too great. Mr. President, you and I should not now pull on the ends of the rope in which you have tied a knot of war, because the harder you and I pull, the tighter this knot will become. Then the knot will have to be cut. What that would mean, I need not explain to you